China told the U.S. it should remove the sanctions. Image, Getty. China told the U.S. it should remove the sanctions on its military or bear the consequences. It comes after the U.S. enforced sanctions on China's Equipment Development Department, ED, for what Washington described as significant transactions with Russian arms exporter Rosoboronexport. The communist state bought Russian Su-35 fighter jets and S-400 surface-to-air missiles. Speaking to reporters at a regular press conference on Friday, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhang Shuang said the sanctions were unreasonable, adding, "The U.S. actions have seriously violated the basic principles of international relations and seriously damaged the relations between the two countries and the two militaries. We strongly urge the U.S. to immediately correct their mistake and withdraw their so-called sanctions, otherwise the U.S. will have to bear the consequences." He also said Beijing had already lodged an official protest with the U.S. The sanctions were intended to punish Russia for the annexation of East Ukraine in 2014, the U.S. State Department said in a statement. Today's actions are not intended to undermine the military capabilities or combat readiness of any country, but rather to impose costs on Russia in response to its interference in the United States election process, its unacceptable behavior in eastern Ukraine, and other malign activities. Zhang Shuang said the sanctions were unreasonable. Image, Getty. China remained neutral during the dispute while the EU imposed sanctions. The U.S. claims China has contravened the terms of a U.S. sanctions bill signed in 2017. This is the first time the U.S. has issued penalties under CAASTA, Section 231 of the U.S. law, which prevents individuals from doing business with anyone placed on the blacklist. A senior administration official said, "The ultimate target of these sanctions is Russia. The sanctions were intended to punish Russia." Image, Getty. COTS's sanctions in this context are not intended to undermine the defense capabilities of any particular country but are aimed at imposing costs on Russia in response to its malign activities. The U.S. will be adding 33 more people to its blacklist, some of whom have been indicted for interfering in the 2016 presidential election by hacking Democratic targets. However, a politician in Moscow said the sanctions would not affect Russian sales of military weapons to other countries.